I'm now realizing how much I miss that smile.
Yeah, definitely. I have also missed your smile and your face too. So yeah, it's really nice to see you again
Oh,
after such a long time. Thank you.
yeah, it's been a while. How have you been though? I mean, amidst the COVID and lockdown and everything that has changed, how have you been?
I think up to so far, so good. When it started, it was difficult, with the mixed emotions and everything. And
Yeah,
the other thing is now, trying to adapt and, learning new ways of doing things. And, some of
yeah.
the things they don't work, some they do work. And I
Ish.
think maybe the issue of change as well, and there is
Yeah.
resistance to change as well, because not everybody is open to change. So yeah, definitely so far so good now. Thank you.
That's so true. Change is one thing that is constant, but it's really, really difficult to adjust to.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So I'd like to share with everyone who I'm talking to because other people don't know you. So they're probably wondering who's this beautiful lady that is here with us today.
Okay.
So
Okay, thank
Louisa
you.
Kambile, also known as Lulu, she's an executive assistant at the Council for Medical Schemes. She lives in Mabopane in Pretoria, or Tshwane. She's a proud single mom of a 13-year-old girl, though she looks this young. Her name is Nsako. It is a Tsonga name, which means joy. Lulu is very energetic, that I can attest to, outgoing, and very, very bubbly. She has been in the admin profession for 19 years. Growing up, she wanted to become a police officer. Her first job was a typist with the South African Police Service at Littleton. When she was there, her passion for the office profession developed. She was assigned PA duties for the branch commander and detective. One of her career highlights was when she was appointed as an executive assistant to an MD at the South African Post Office. She always believed that you could do anything if you have the passion, drive, focus, and the support. Her passion for working with people drove Lulu to her career choice. She holds a diploma in office administration, higher certificate in customer service management, program in human resources management, higher certificate in project management, advanced program in office management, and also various secretarial courses such as advanced events management, advanced meeting and minute taking, information technology, office administration, and records management, presentation skills and financial management, and other courses include PFMA and first aid course. So she's also done professional designation. She earned a certified managerial office professional, and of course with OPSA. And her career highlights are that she has been a PA conference speaker for Knowledge Resources in 2018. She has been a semi-finalist for Office Professional of the Year in 2016, an executive PA seminar speaker at Knowledge Resources again in 2015, winner of the Communications Award with South African National Office Professional of the Year in 2014, and also upcoming Office Professional of the Year with OPSA in 2014, and Best Admin Personnel of the Year at the South African Police Service Bulletin in 2005. So she's got the words that she lives by, right? These are mantra, and that is respect, hard work, discipline, positive, and attitude. So this is you in the nutshell, you know?
Yes,
I know
that's
that
great.
there are other stuff that we can talk about that are not here, but it's okay. We'll stick to this.
Okay.
So how is it hearing all of these things that you have been able to accomplish throughout the years since you started? How do you feel?
Oh, Tolo, firstly, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you to OPSA for giving us this opportunity for us to come out there and share with our peers,
Yeah,
the roads that we have traveled, the journey, how it has
yeah,
been like, and what we achieved, and what are the challenges as well. So
yeah,
after hearing all these things that you have just said, it's like I have won an Oscar award. So definitely, I am very proud of myself, you know, the
Yeah.
discipline and the respect, and I think the passion for the job as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely really feels good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, amazing, amazing, and it's so interesting that you've always wanted to be in this career path. You know, can you recall how when it started? How was it for you?
What happened is after completing my matric,
Yeah.
unfortunately my parents didn't have money.
Mm,
So my family background, yeah, it was not that good.
mm,
Then after my matric, then I managed to find a college somewhere in Pretoria. And definitely I can tell you my story that I didn't have money to go to school. But let me tell you that I would wake up every morning, go to TUT, go to UNISA, you know, go to all these other universities, get the application forms, knowing that I won't be able to register. And I
Aish.
think after like maybe 6 months when I was home, that is when I managed to get the college, and luckily my mom was able to register me.
Yeah.
So then I registered for a diploma in office administration. So I think that is where all the interest developed as well. Then
Yeah.
after completing my diploma after 1 year, I was home. I didn't have a job. And
Mm.
let me tell you that I worked as a domestic worker for plus minus 6 months,
Wow.
because I think you know what, I was this person that like even now I'm a go-getter. You know, I
Yeah.
don't just sit and relax and wait for things to come to me.
Mm.
I go and
Mm.
get things. I
Yeah.
worked as a domestic worker for 6 months. Then after that, I think there was a time where people were told to go and volunteer in, you know, the government departments and all that. Then I
Yeah.
decided to go and volunteer at Luate police station, which is in Winterfeld, which is also part of
Mhm.
Tshwane. And
Yeah.
there, definitely, I think that is where all started. I was working with two gentlemen in my office, and it was like actually I was actually working there as a permanent employee because they were very nice to me. Like I felt at home at all times.
Yeah.
And then it was a challenge because I also invited a friend of mine and my aunt to come and join me there, and they, you know, they also joined me there. They were allocated to other departments, and
Mm.
the challenge was, tell me, they were appointed permanently in the South African Police Service before me. I was never called to the
Wow.
interview when they were called for the interview. And I remember I was crying and I told my mom that I was not going anymore. And my mom said to me, Lulu, please, tsamaya ngwanaka. You know, this was
Mhm.
not your time. Your time will come,
Yeah.
just go. And I decided to go. And one day, out of the blue, this guy just came and said, this is a fax number. It was that time of the faxes,
Of the
not
faxes.
now with the emails. So I sent my CV and boom, I got a call. I was invited for an interview, and there Lulu was interviewed in town. Now I'm leaving my people there now in Winterfell. Now me, I'm
Oh.
going places because I think God, you know what they say, God's perfect, God's timing is perfect.
It's
So he
perfect.
had something bigger for me. So I was
Yeah.
interviewed. I took a position as an as a typist at Littleton
Yeah.
Police Station, which is in Centurion. And yeah, that is where everything started. And yeah, the passion, I think also the interest of working with people, it was also
Yeah.
one of the things that made me to, you know, to develop this passion for the job. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely it has been a great one.
Sure. Quite an interesting one. And how then did your career develop from there? You started as a typist, and then how did it develop from there?
As a typist there, what I was doing there, I was we, you know, the dockets, the statements.
Mm.
You find that some of the
Yeah.
statements were written in Afrikaans and the handwriting was not that good. So the court would bring the document, the dockets back to us for the statement to be typed. So definitely that takes, I think, a lot of courage, a lot of you know, I think everything that you got for you to be able to do that, because it's difficult. Sometimes you can't even see the handwriting. So that is how it started.
Mm.
Then I was also assisting the branch commander, you know, as a personal assistant. even though we were not doing that part of the diary management and all that. I think we were using this thing they call a pocketbook.
Oh.
Yes, even today I'm used to that. Guys, this is my book. This is my book. Guys, this is my book. Don't laugh. Don't say it doesn't look nice. Every morning when I report for duty, this is what I do. I always write the reported on duty.
Oh my word.
Reported on duty, and I'll write everything. So this is my book. This is what I carry with me every day. Without this, I am definitely lost. So then from there, I think I worked at Littleton. Then somehow there was a position that I saw at the Department of Water Affairs, which is now the Department of Water and Sanitation. I applied for the position. It was an office administrator position at that time.
Okay.
When I got there, it was in the dam safety division, and I was reporting to Ms. Groenewald. And I would like to say thank you very much to Ms. Groenewald, because she definitely gave me the opportunities. She never, she never limited me. When whatever I wanted to do, she would tell me to go and explore. Whatever courses I wanted to do, she will say, Lulu, you can do it. And I remember I wanted to do project management. You know, Ms. Groenewald, she never said, Lulu, you are not doing project. And even today, I'm able to say, everything that you do is a project, and people don't understand. When you wake up in the morning, the moment you switch on your laptop or your PC, it is a project. All the things that you are going to do for the day. And I did project management there. Then there were also times when we were reporting to the chief director at that time. So the chief director had a PA. You'll find that when the PA was on sick leave or on leave, every time Ms. Groenewald would come, Lulu, please go and sit for the PA upstairs. And I'm like, but Ms. Groenewald, why me? And I will go there, sit there, maybe for the whole week, working there, and everything will go smooth. And there was one, I think, that was a big challenge for me. I was really scared that time. I was referred to the chief director's office. Yes, the chief director, the one who's reporting to the minister. The PA was on leave, and as usual, Lulu did her best. I worked in that office, and I remember my last day. The chief director called me into his office, and he said to me, "You really did a good job, and I'm really interested in you. Can you please look around in this chief directorate and see where you can fit in? I'm definitely willing to even write a letter for you, you know." But then, because I was loyal to Ms. Groenewald, so I said to him,
understandably so.
no, I'm still fine, I'm okay. Then I think there, working at the Department of Water Affairs, that is where it paved everything for me in my career. I then applied for the position at the South African Post Office. And I remember when I first went there for my interview, unfortunately, the interview didn't go well. So that is what I thought. But I think after 2 months, I received a call from HR, and they said to me, Louisa, are you still in the market? Because we kept your CV. Your CV is very good. We kept it because the last position, unfortunately, they couldn't afford you. And I went for the interview, and I nailed the position. And I remember when I got there, people told me that, you know what, this guy, I was reporting to Mr. Mative, and shine to Mr. Mative, yes. And Mr. Mative, I'm telling you, I remember I said to the people that, people say, yeah, here you won't have a chance to even go for lunch. You won't even go to the bathroom, all those things. And I said, you know what, I'll be fine. There's, everyone has got their people. And Tolo, let me tell you, I worked very nicely with Mr. Mative. We never had problems. He would even shout my name at the corridor, Lulu, every time in the morning. So it was very nice. And that is where I learned a lot of things, because there now I was reporting to the MD, but then we had different subsections, which you'll have your finance, your close and monitoring, and supply chain and others. And you find that actually they were in different provinces as well. So you'll find that that is where I learned a lot, because now I was doing meetings, travel arrangements, all the like. So definitely at the post office, that is where everything was now starting to fall into place. But there was also a challenge, because I remember, I always like to share this story. When I joined the post office, I think it was on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
It was the 2nd of May after a public holiday. And the lady who was sitting at that position where I was appointed, I think she was a temp. So it was a Wednesday. Okay, the lady, she met with me, she showed me around and all that. The Thursday, she came in and okay, it's fine. The Thursday she said to me, I'm giving you everything. She said, I'm also giving you the company phone. But I'm like, I still be here with me, to show me things until maybe next week. Tolo asked me, the lady didn't come to work on Friday.
No.
And around 10 o'clock, only to find out that I have to do an exco pack. They always had meetings on Mondays, which I was not aware of. But luckily, there was a lady, Maria, the lady helped me a lot. She took me to a few ladies. And I'm telling you guys, there's always that jealousy. There was a jealousy. Some of the ladies there at the post office, they refused to help me. Because I even said, and to be honest with you, it was for the first time I was going to prepare a pack. A steak pack.
Sure. So you had never done it before in your career. This is like your first experience.
Never in my life. That was my first experience. It's a Friday. The pack is for Monday. And now the lady tells me that Mr. Matibe wants his pack over the weekend so that he can go through it. Then I had to call the driver and ask him, please, can you come? Tate Moso was a good guy. He came in and I remember this other lady, finally, she helped me. I was supposed to go on, is it SharePoint? I didn't even know about SharePoint. First time SharePoint, all the documents there, the links and everything. And you need to know which one to open first, which one is the last one. But definitely I made it. I made it because I was a go-getter and I told myself I would never fail. So that is how it happened. Then from the post office, I went to Airbus Optronics, which is now Hensoldt Optronics, is part of Dinell. There I was reporting to the executive manager, and he also had a team. It was in the marketing department. So also there now it was on a different level now, because this company, they deal with international clients only. So there I was now doing the international travel, on emails, you'll be talking to people in Abu Dhabi, Germany, and all the countries. So it was definitely interesting. And there, I think I was wearing many hats there, because sometimes I was even a tea lady. Because you find that, because when it's busy, you find that all the boardrooms, you have like maybe more than 6 meetings on that day. And sometimes, the tea lady, she's not able to get to everything. I'll take off my high heels, put on my my slippers or whatever, then I'll run around and do things. So that is me, and that is my personality. And I always told myself that it doesn't mean that you are an EA or personal assistant, or that you sit in an office, then you must think that you are better than everybody else. You can always do you can always make the coffee. It's not a difficult thing to do. And then, I worked there. It was nice. Then that is when I came to the Council for Medical Schemes, appointed as an executive assistant to the GM in the financial supervision unit. Also there reporting to the GM, and she also has like 9 guys reporting to her. So I think, it has been a challenging and interesting career as well.
Yes. Sure. So you've touched on 2 very, very important things, right? So the first one is the relationship that one, find themselves having to build, or in an organization. And understand that you've had the good side of it, where you had people that were very supportive and assisting you, but at the same time, you had others that came, with whatever negative things that they brought your way. How does
Same.
one strike that balance, particularly as an administrator, as a PA, as an executive assistant, because you find yourself basically in the center of all operations? How important are the relationships that you're creating, and how do you find the balance in managing all of those, the positive ones and the negative ones?
Okay. I think at first, as you say, it was difficult because it was new to me. But the most important thing in this profession is emotional intelligence. It's very
Yeah,
important.
yeah,
The way you treat others and the way you want others to treat you in return. So
yeah,
that is where I learned that, another thing is at work, we are not at work to make friends, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Um, and definitely there will always be that jealousy. One might think that you think you are better. Sometimes you join a company and already from where you come in, you have these skills, and knowledge.
Mm,
Maybe the
mm,
company, maybe let's say talking about the technology, they are way, way more advanced. And you come to
yeah,
maybe an organization where they're still way behind, they're still doing paper trails. And
yeah.
when you come up with new ideas to say, let's do this, people will always say, you know what, she thinks she's better. So
Mm,
I think the emotional intelligence is the one that has helped me, in all these years for me to be able to cope. And the other thing is also um, how you take the criticism as well is very important. So
yeah.
for me, I always take it positive because
Okay.
yeah, I even if you say something, negative, but I always turn it into a positive thing. Why? Because I know that thing will help me to better something. So
Yeah.
that is what yes. So that is, yeah.
Amazing.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, and I think we actually sometimes take for granted the soft skills in terms of how important they help us to become the best at what we do. So, can you also share with us, in your journey, what are the skills that you have found to be important, in your opinion, in the role that you are doing, besides emotional intelligence?
I think that for me, you know what, the most important skills, I was actually thinking, and I'm like, you know what, I don't want to write anything down. I must just say what is, in my heart. But again, I
Yes.
decided to write things down because then somehow I was trying to write them down and also trying to apply them in the current, situation, what I'm currently
Okay.
doing, like in my position.
Yeah.
And I think interpersonal skills is very important because
Mm,
you are interacting with people on a daily basis at different levels as well.
yeah, yeah,
Sometimes you might be dealing with people like, let's say, the CEOs, board of directors, and all that. So it is
yeah,
very important.
yeah.
Learning skills. You need to be able to learn. You need to be able to
Mm,
learn. You need to be able to. You need to be willing. I think the willingness to learn. It's
yeah,
very important. Yeah,
yeah,
that is very important for me.
yeah.
Self-management. For
Mm,
example, self-management, like now, in these times of the pandemic, I think now people are working remotely. I've been working from home since last year.
yeah.
And I think self-management has been very important in this time because definitely without self-management, you're not going anywhere.
You can't be. Yeah,
And
yeah,
the organizational skills, because definitely
yeah,
there you are dealing with the calendar management and the meetings that you have to arrange, and this at the same time you are reporting to the GM, and you are also dealing with a team. So
yeah,
organizing is very important, knowing who's where, when, what time, how,
yeah,
all
yeah,
what is needed as well. And then the computer skills as well.
yeah,
It is
yeah.
also very important because the technology is
Mm.
changing every day.
That
Like
is for
now,
sure. You can't
even now, me
forget
and
about.
you, who would have thought about this live interview? So you can see we are
Exactly.
moving on with the times. Now we are
Yeah,
doing the virtual meetings. So really, it's very important. I also have just introduced something in my with my team. I call it the coffee virtual date. I
Oh,
started, yes, we do the coffee virtual date. Why? Because I said to them, guys, during our meetings, we don't see each other's faces,
yeah,
you know. So now
yeah,
what we'll do every month, once a month, we'll have this virtual date where everybody will bring their own cup of coffee or whatever. Then we switch on our cameras even for a second, you know, just to say
yeah.
hi, you know, that greet and
Wow, that's a brilliant
yeah.
one because you keep the connection going. Yeah,
You Tolo, and you know what? I was worried. I thought they wouldn't like it, and definitely they loved it. They said,
yeah,
"Lulu, it's a
yeah,
great idea," and I'm happy because I also and this to be fair. I checked this on Google. You know,
yeah,
Google
yeah,
can give. Yeah, I always go on the site just to see how do people do things
mm,
differently. What is the new things that you can do? What is that you can do to encourage your team? You know, the
mm,
motivation. All that.
mm, mm.
And problem solving skills, very important,
Yeah,
especially when we are dealing with a team. You
yeah,
need to always be able to solve problems. I can always give a lot of examples on that. Then
yeah,
the strong work ethic as well is very important.
yeah,
Very important. Very
yeah,
important, like your self-management.
yeah,
And then obviously the emotional intelligence, as I said, that which relates to handling your own and others' emotions effectively.
yeah,
And then the other most important one also is teamwork.
yeah,
Teamwork is very important. You need to be able to have that skill because you as the EA or as a personal assistant in that office, you are the gatekeeper, you
so
know, in
true,
that
so
space.
true.
You
Yeah,
are the one who's supposed to keep the team together. So it's very important. How do you do things? Do you arrange for coffee dates, lunches, and all that?
yeah,
So yeah, it's very important. And the last one also that I thought of is creative thinking as well. I think also
yeah,
creative thinking also falls to what I said I started with my team, which is the coffee virtual date. It's
yeah.
also one.
And
It's creative thinking, yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, thank you.
wow, amazing stuff, really. And NPH521 just said she's also stealing the coffee virtual meeting. Because
Yes, yes, yes.
I also think it's a brilliant one. I mean, the fact that you took that initiative to say how do we stay connected even though we are far apart, you know,
Yes,
it's such a brilliant one, you know.
yes.
And
Thank
thank you
you.
so much for sharing all that list that you've made because it makes sense why you are where you are at the moment career wise. Eh?
Thank you, Tulo. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So what has been that one moment that was so embarrassing to you and how did you manage it? Because I know we you know there are those moments you're thinking, oh my word, did that really
I
have
want,
to happen? You know?
you know what? When I saw that question, I nearly cried, Tulo, because you know there was this moment. You guys, you being a PA, being an EA, you sometimes, yeah, no, the things that we do for the job we love.
Yeah,
Um, while I was still at the post office, okay, you know the post office obviously has problems and all that. That is
yeah,
not a secret. So
yeah,
now there was one of our clients who wanted a meeting with the MD. That time was not there, so we had the acting MD who
yeah.
wanted a meeting with him to discuss a few issues. I won't mention the issues, but yeah, there were some
Okay.
issues that he wanted them to discuss and to see how they can, you know, fix them and, you know, going forward, what will be the plan.
Yeah,
Now, this guy has been sending emails every time and nothing is happening.
yeah.
Now Lulu takes the initiative. It's a Thursday. The acting MD is not in the office. I
Oh,
accept
yeah.
the meeting. I accept the
Oh, okay.
meeting for that guy. It's a Thursday. I accept the meeting for Monday. So the meeting will happen immediately after Exco.
Okay.
Lulu has accepted the meeting. Then Lulu is on leave on Friday. Then the meeting is on Monday. Now Lulu comes to the office on Monday. she knows that, okay, the acting MD is going to the ExCo meeting, then immediately he's got the meeting with the client.
Yeah.
Yo, Tolo. Now, unfortunately, the acting MD came in late that Monday.
Oh.
So immediately when he came in, he rushed straight to that meeting.
Oh no. Oh.
Now he doesn't know. You know what? I'm not sure that at that time that he saw the meeting on the calendar or what.
Yeah.
Then I decided, you know what? Let me send him a text to say, please know that after your ExCo meeting, you have a meeting with so and so. Sure, guys, I should have kept that message.
Oh no.
The response, guys, was bad. Okay, he responded. He said, "Who scheduled the meeting?" I said, no, the guy requested for the meeting. So he sent us the meeting request. And the next question was, who accepted the meeting? I nearly melted that day. Then I said, no, it was myself. And maybe I think, okay, maybe he had his worst day on that day. I don't know.
Yeah.
The guy
and the
said
pressure of what was happening at the time.
Yeah, maybe with all the issues and all. Then he said to me, next time, never ever again accept any meetings without consulting with me. Give at home. And I'm thinking to myself, all the meetings I don't discuss with him. When people request for meetings, I check his calendar, I make it flexible and all that. Then now today I'm being told this. Oh my gosh. And the guy is coming and he's from Kempton Park and he's also an MD for that company, that line.
Oh.
This is another level. I cannot be calling the guy to say, the meeting can
Yeah.
Then there we now the creative thinking and the critical thinking comes in.
Yeah.
Lulu thinks, you know what? I cannot send the guy back.
Yeah.
I approached the acting finance manager at that time because he knew about the issues. I said to him, Brakeni, this is the situation. 1, 2, 3, I've arranged a meeting, and now, unfortunately, I don't say what I got on the text.
Yeah.
Then I just said to him, no, unfortunately, the acting MD will not be able to make it for the meeting. Then Kenny was like, no, Lulu, this is good. I'll also invite the guy from legal to join us for this meeting. And definitely the meeting happened, Tolo. It happened, and after that meeting, the acting finance manager said to me, Lulu, thank you very much. Actually, this meeting, it helped us a lot.
Yeah.
Because so much was going to go wrong if we didn't have this meeting. So yeah, and I think that is where I learned to sit on my boss's lap spiritually. You're sitting on your, not physically. You sit on your boss's lap spiritually. So that is where I learned. So yeah, I think that was my most embarrassing moment. Yeah. But at the end, it worked out well.
It was solved. Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
Amazing. And you've also, made strides in your career. You've achieved so many other things. What is that one moment you'd say I'm really proud of? When you think back, what is that one moment you'd say I'm really proud of?
Tolo, I think definitely the one that stands out is when I was appointed the executive assistant to the MD.
Yeah.
Because looking at from being an office administrator to an executive assistant to MD, for me it was it was something huge. It was a big achievement for me, definitely, and I thank God for that.
Yeah.
And I remember there was one thing, and one of my peers also approached me when I was still new. I think 2 days after I started. Because now my name was announced, like they sent this internal national.
Yeah.
That's Louisa Kambile has been appointed executive assistant to the MD.
Oh, wow.
That moment, that feeling when I saw.
Yeah, that's like the proudest moment.
Yes. And this girl was like, yo, Louisa, no. When you see your name is everywhere. Now everybody knows. And I'm like, no, I'm the EA to the MD, girl. What do you think?
Yeah.
And the other thing, the PA conference speaker for 2015 and 2018,
Yeah.
It was also, one of the best moments. And also thank you to OPSA for that. Because if
Yeah.
it was not for OPSA, definitely I wouldn't have had that opportunity.
Yes.
So, when you see a sort of what do they call it? The booklets
Yeah.
or for the yes,
Yeah.
for the sheet for the training or for the webinar or for the conference, where
Yeah.
you see your face, your name written there, and everything. So
Yeah.
those are the best moments ever, definitely.
Mm,
And the
mm.
other one that stands out as well, it was when I was awarded the communication award. I think
Yeah.
you also won an award that year.
Yeah. I got a
So
leadership
yeah,
award.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
I am truly blessed with that.
Great stuff. So, in this day and age where you have gone through the times of fax machine, typing machine, emails, and now obviously Zoom and all of that, what would you say are the most important skills that people need, particularly those that want to grow in the profession? Maybe just two that you'd say, Tolo, for me these are the two most important, that I feel that they are required skills and knowledge.
Okay, firstly, before I mention the skills, I would
Yes.
like to say the advice that I would like to give is that firstly, you'll need to have the passion.
Yeah.
Without passion, you cannot do it, definitely.
Yeah.
Every task
Yeah.
that you are given, you won't be able to complete it. As I've also mentioned, the willingness to learn, respect for others,
Mm.
being able to juggle the tasks as well.
Yeah.
Being able
Yeah.
to do three things at the same time. You are
Yeah.
busy preparing for a travel, you are busy doing minutes, you are busy arranging for a meeting at the same time. You need to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Another thing is, wearing different hats as well at the same time.
Mm.
That time you are a receptionist, you are also the EA, you are a personal assistant as well. Maybe you are being asked to ask your driver or someone to take your boss's shoes to for repairs or something, or to the dry cleaner or something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then be professional at all times.
Yeah.
That is also very important. The way you carry yourself, the
Yeah.
way you walk, the way you
Yeah.
talk, how you
Mm.
talk, the things you talk about,
Mm.
and
Mm.
you need to definitely avoid the office politics and the
Ish.
gossips.
Ish.
As an EA, or I remember at the post office I didn't have a visitor's chair. That is also where I learned. I didn't have a visitor's chair because I said I'm working with very confidential documents. I don't want
Yeah.
people sitting at my desk and seeing things that they are not supposed to see. So also the
Wow.
gossips and stuff, you need to stay away from them.
Yeah.
As I said, also the appearance, your words should match your deeds. You know,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
what yeah, what you say should match what you do.
Mm.
Definitely, not
Mm.
just you a word, but there's no action. Become an asset to the team as well. You need to
Yeah.
be an asset.
Yeah.
I remember at the South African Police Service in Littleton, I
Yeah.
remember there was a guy, Mushwana, once said to me, I was on leave, and the branch commander at that time, I think it was on a Monday, apparently he went to my office door and he said, Yo, we found Louisa around here. Things are bad. So So becoming an asset, you need to be an asset. People need to know
Yeah.
that without you, definitely things
Will fall
cannot work.
apart.
They need you.
Yeah.
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 Then the other thing is also you need to be proud, of yourself and the profession as well,
Yeah.
because a lot of people do undermine this profession. To be honest,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
do that, and you need to tell them who you are,
Mm.
where you're going,
Yeah.
and how did it start? And
Yeah.
people definitely need to take you serious. But for people to take you serious, you need to act,
It starts with you. Yeah.
definitely. So I think for me, the two skills that is that I will mention is firstly, obviously, is the computer skills.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's very important. Um, and you need to also maybe adapt. to the new ways of doing things. Everything is changing now, especially with COVID-19. We have seen how people are doing things differently. So technology is very important. You need to develop yourself. Try to go on the website, and see, you need to also maybe subscribe, on the other sites as well, where people share stories and all that. So I think the computer skills, the technology is important. And the other one that is important for me as well is the communication. The communication skill is also very important, because without communication, most of the things would definitely go wrong. So communication is important. How you say things, how you receive the information, how you transfer the information, how you put the information in paper. It's like even writing an email. How do you want the other person to understand the email that you've just sent? When you're communicating with your boss, the communication, I think, and in that communication as well, there's many things that you look at, which will be your body language and all that. So communication skills is very important. And I think the other thing is knowing, to learn to know your boss, that today is summer or today is winter. So with communication as well, when you talk to your boss, you'll know that no, today it's summer. So definitely, I think, communication. So for me, it's the computer skills and the communication skills. Thank you.
Lulu, thank you so much. You've said a mouthful. You have educated us. You have enlightened us. You have empowered us. It's such a pity that, when you're having a good time as well runs quite fast. But thank you so much for making time and also to share, your journey as an office professional, and also, the tips there and there as well, because I have found them to be eye-opening, and I believe that they'll be helpful to our fellow office professionals.
Thank you.
Yeah. So where do people follow you?
Okay, I am on WhatsApp. If people want to have my number, I'm always willing to share my number. If you want to ask something, you want an advice on how to go about it, all that.
So they can send a message to us, then we'll share the number with
my number.
Your
Definitely.
number with them. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Then I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. I'm also on LinkedIn. I'm also on Twitter. I'm not that much on Twitter.
What are the handles?
That's very important. I think usually all my handles on Instagram, it's El Kambile.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's Kambile L. Sorry, it's Kambile L. Then my Facebook is Louisa Kambile. That's my handle. And LinkedIn as well, it's Louisa Kambile. And the Twitter as well, it's Louisa Kambile. So usually I like to use my name and surname on all of them.
All right. Great stuff. Thank you so much. We wish you all the best. And I trust that we will be able to meet in person, probably early next year, because it is the end of the year. But thank you so much and keep well.
Oh, thank you so much, Tulo. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you. This was great. It was a very exciting moment for me. And thank you to OPSA. Thank you, Dawn. Hope to see you guys soon. Definitely, it will be very nice to see each other again. Hopefully, early next year, definitely. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. And thank you to everyone who joined. Thank you.
Thank you
for the support.